So we're talking about the issues of zakat now. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So zakat is a form of worship, which means that once a due date approaches, you have to give it. A lot of Muslims may delay it. It's not permissible once it is due that you delay it. Yes, may be a few days a week. You may need 5-6 days because the poor person will be coming next week. That's fine. If the poor person is going to collect after 6 months, no, you cannot delay it this much or call that poor person when the zakat is due. Once it's due, you have to give it. If you say to him, I have 2,000 zakat and when you come I can give it to you, if they say it's fine, you can hold on to it as this will not be your possession, but when they come you can give it to them. It's not in your possession as you're not holding on to it. The woman, if you don't have money to pay zakat, sell some of your goat because this is a form of worship. However, if someone finds the need to give zakat earlier than its due date, it's permissible. Assume as zakat is in Ramadan but find that there's a family that they have to pay the rent, you give zakat 2 months earlier than scheduled. The need is way greater than zakat of 1 year, then give zakat of 2 years in advance. This is permissible. This was actually done by the uncle of the Prophet ﷺ, Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib, who gave zakat of 2 years in advance. It is permissible for a rich wife to give a zakat money to a poor husband, and this was done by the companions and the Prophet ﷺ approved of it. One may argue if the husband is poor and he receives zakat, he will buy food and his wife who gave him the zakat, she will eat from it. There is no problem as ownership was transferred. This was done by the wife of Abdullah ibn Masud, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with him, who gave her zakat to the instruction and commanded to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to her own husband. The Prophet said to her, your husband and your child, your sons are more deserving that you give zakat to them. If a person dies before he gives zakat, let's assume the zakat is due first of Ramadan, you don't give zakat and you die in the middle of Ramadan, what should you do in this case before dividing the wealth to the heirs? You must calculate his zakat and give it off because they knew that it was due and did not pay on time. This has to be done because it's a debt to Allah. Even if the heir says, no, I want my wealth, I don't care about my father's debt, you're not entitled to that, and it is like any debt to any debtor. They have to receive the right first before distributing inheritance. But if the due date of zakat has not happened yet, there's no calculation of zakat in inheritance money. The money possession and ownership has been transferred before zakat's due date. Whatever is given to the government other than the zakat funding is not considered to be zakat. You may pay the state or the government specific fees, tax, electricity. I cannot deduct this from zakat. Zakat has to be given to the 8 categories. Zakat also is not related to sanity or to puberty because it is a percentage that should be taken from the wealth regardless of who owns the wealth. So if you have an orphan who did not reach the age of puberty, or someone who is a minor but has wealth, but someone who is insane yet he has wealth, we have to take zakat from it, and this is the most authentic opinion because this is Allah's right, such wealth, and it has to be taken. Even if the individual is not accountable, it has to be taken. Sometimes we may have funds collected for charity and for building the masjid or for helping others, and this fund, the money collected, has no specific owner. The fund deals with helping people to get married, help build masjids. No one possesses this wealth. In this case, such wealth has no zakat in it. It doesn't have any owner. If a person dies before the time of zakat is due, no zakat on that wealth. And if he dies before paying the zakat, though it was due, even if the heirs do not give a penny because the zakat would consume, this is a debt that's been given back on Allah Monday. The Prophet ﷺ said, pay any debt that is owed to Allah, for Allah is the most deserving that any debt owed to him to be paid. Likewise, as I mentioned before, the money collected for dawah charity purposes, no owner. This money is not zakatable, and this money is for the service of the Muslims, and we don't give zakat. We can give zakat to charity fields such as building masjids, hospitals, or charity organizations to build roads and the likes, and this is not permissible. Some jurists say it's permissible, but majority of scholars say this is only for the cause of Allah. I'll leave you here for Imanillah. Wa sallallahu wa barak ala nabiyina Muhammad. Astaghfirullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.